Delta 21 here. We are leaving work. I was asked to do more videos on the Ram, and so far this is what it looks like right now. My no tailgater light, and obviously my roof light, my camo, my bumper. Today I'm going to try to add 2 pod lights on the front of the truck. Is what I'm going to try to do initially. Yes, I do know I need a haircut. It's been a long week. We're doing projects, so I haven't had a chance to get one. And this entire month has been projects at the plant, so what can you do? I'm just leaving, and I normally get off at 6:30, and it's almost 9. So yesterday I got off at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. So, but here's your no alarm. Oh wait, oh, it went out. There you go. I'll be dang. Look at that. Hold on. I can make that light come on and off, guys. Look at that. I'm sorry. I have to pick at the guys that complain so much about how the truck's going to have all these issues. Like, the only issue I legitimately have with the truck is literally this. This is a temporary center stack because they do not make an 8.4 or an 8.2 inch screen, depending on how you measure it, with these knobs. You have to get the entire center stack. Now, the center stack that comes with this piece is about $400 or so. The 10-inch head unit that takes all of this up, I'll explain that in a second. The 10-inch head unit that replaces all this is $100 more. So I figured I'll just run this, and all this is a cut piece, and from my stock one, and a cut piece from one from a junkyard. And basically what it's done is allow me to have an 8-piece and that piece together. I was going to just sand that down and fix that and make it look back factory, but I would like to have the 10-inch radio in this. I'm probably going to go ahead and just get that. But the reason that comes up, I think it'll come up if I push the phone too. Okay, it won't. The reason it comes up is not because my phone system will not work. The phone system works. Like right now, I think it's running through, if you can still hear me, it runs through the my head stack, my rearview mirror for my microphones, which are up there. This truck does not come with assistance or 911 dial. This comes with the truck, internal to the phone service system internally. If it had Wi-Fi, this truck doesn't have Wi-Fi because this is the base model. These head units use 2 separate systems for communication. You have your Wi-Fi from Uconnect, and then you have your phone service. Now the phone service, which ironically has an iPhone on it, that phone is specifically for Bluetooth Connect, which is what the phone connects to. However, the media system that goes with your 911 dial uses the Uconnect system. The Uconnect system is not on this truck because, well, this truck has Uconnect, but it doesn't have the Uconnect internet. And because of that, periodically that alarm comes on telling you, hey, I can't call 911 if you need me to, and I got to push OK. That's the only alarm that comes on a truck, and that's because, for one, this radio did not come with it. This is the 3rd radio that I put in this truck. The first one was the stock one with the little small screen, and the second one was the one with the bigger screen, but it was a touch screen, and now I have this 3rd one. It's going to get changed again to the 10-inch screen, but, you know, we'll cross that road when we get there. At the moment, also I moved my controller to up there on the roof. So it was down here on the ground, but stuff would fall off of it. Like, I'll have my drill sitting up here, and it'll fall off, and it'll turn it on. Or it's really hard to just, be sitting here and then reach over and figure out which switches I'm hitting. Also, for some reason, when it was down there, it was bright as hell. But now that it's up here, it's not. Don't know why. But that is up there. That works. I did get a Copart car. I did get another Copart car. But it's not for Jesus Christ. I should have put in defrost. It's not for resale. Loud as hell. It's not for resale. My brother's down and he needs a vehicle. So I decided, okay, I'll just go ahead and get him a car. It was an impulse buy. It was a buy it now price. It was a buy it now buy instead of a bid. Like this truck. It was, I think I got this truck for 5,000, I'm sorry. I got this truck for 5,000. Out the door, it was like 7,000, something like that. And I spent almost 9,000 altogether, including parts I use to get the truck back going. This truck here is less than 10,000 after getting everything done to it. This is how much I'm skimping on trying to do this. I got him a car that was on auction for mechanical damage. It had 81,000 miles on it. After looking at it, under the under hood picture, you could see clearly the timing cover had been removed on it. So the mechanical damage would be understood as, okay, it jumped time. This could be good or bad. It could be good because, okay, all you need is a new head. I don't think of, okay, I could just put a new time belt on it and it'll be good to go. I think of it as, okay, it just needs a new head. So I could either get away with getting a new head, not a new head, but I can either get away with pulling the head, which is I'm in the process of doing. I was going to videotape that, but it was nighttime. The only lights I had were the roof lights flashing and the floodlights on it. I really wish you could tag videos or tag pictures on a live, not a live, but a recorded video instead of actually having to wait and edit it. But what you could end up doing was you would have been able to see what the vehicle was. It's a Chevy Aveo. 05, had 81,000 miles on it. So with it needing a new head, I'm hoping I can get away with it like my Hyundai Accent. Was it Accent that I had, where I had to pull the head on it, and it's got the same type of head on it, the exact same type of head on it. Thank for God, Chevy did not put a timing chain inside of the head like Hyundai did. But I'm assuming that if I can get away with it, I can pull the head, bent valves, pull the valves, valve guides and valve seats are still good, and I can just pop the old valves out, pop the new valves in, check a test, do another leak test on it, put it back on. Well, put it back in time first with the cam sets. Well, no, you don't have to put it back in time because in order to install the head. Wait a minute. I'm trying to remember because see, on the Hyundai you had to pull the valve. You had to pull the timing cams in order to pull the head. I don't think you have to do that with this one. I have to look. I don't think you have to. But anyway, the reason I still want to pull the cams, well, if I'm doing the lifters anyway, I got to pull the cams. But if I'm pulling the cams, I might as well put the cams in last, and I can just bolt the head down because all the valves will be closed. And then I can set the valves up in time and bolt them down, and it'll be in time. So hopefully I can get away with that by doing that with the Aveo. Unfortunately, the Impala that I have also had the same issue. Of course, it destroyed the head, and when it did that, it destroyed the bottom end, the cylinder walls as well. So that was going to need a new engine, and since I'm putting a different engine in, I'm putting a different transmission in. The money I'm using to get the Aveo, when I got the Aveo, and to get the Aveo running, is the money I was going to use to get an engine and transmission for the Impala. So that's why the Impala's on the back burner. And I was planning on taking a trip next year at the beginning of the year. That's not on the back burner. I'm still doing that. But money was going to that. So we're going to try to save what we can, but that trip's happening. But what we're getting installed on the front of the truck are these, just in case anyone wanted to know what they are. They're just running lights. that I wanted for the truck. They're AutoZone Blazers, and the reason I got them is because of this feature here. Is that the right one? Yeah, that is it. Because of that. That is a running light with the cross, and the other light, I'm not going to put it next to you, is if I can push the button, that. Literally, I got them for the running lights. Because this truck's a ST, it did not come with fog lights. So, and by the way, that's running with a 9-volt battery too. And it's 2 batteries in parallel to make it 24 volts. And since it's only being pushed, it's only gonna take such a small voltage from it. Eventually it will die, but you know. But again, it's running off of those little 9-volt batteries. But essentially what we got going on is that we're going to try to install those. I may try to install those today, I may not. It's a simple wiring setup, common grounds, and a hot wire, one hot wire for the running lights, one hot wire for the headlights. The running lights, I can run the daytime running lights into almost anything, because it'll only come on when I turn the headlights on. I'm planning on trying to run those I want to run those directly to my headlights. The reason I say I don't want to do that now is because I just put these I just put these LED lights into my truck. That's an upgrade. I thought I mentioned that before. They're aux beam T1s. I just hit something really big with my windshield. Left a really big mark. But anyway, I got T1s from aux beam, I'm sorry, and those are installed. So you have to remove the headlights in these trucks are as follows: remove the upper black cowling or air duct shielding, whatever one you want to call it. Remove the grill, which isn't that bad. Remove the headlight. Now, remember when you're removing the headlight, there's this freaking thing that holds the headlight in that slides. Forget that, you break a tab. I broke a tab. It's because I forgot. I've never taken the headlights off that truck because I was able to test the headlights with my scan tool, and my scan tool showed that the headlights were working. And I could see that they were working, so I didn't bother to test it. It's getting a little foggy out. It's not foggy enough for me to use my roof light, but hey. But I'm planning on wiring it into that for running lights. So whenever my headlights are on, I'm getting running lights. And since my headlights run off auto, whenever, like right now, it's showing that, hold on. Right now it's showing that the headlights are on, so the headlights are on, so my running lights would be on. But here's the reason I want to do it that way is the way I've always did my Rams, I'm trying to cut this to 15 minutes. The way I normally would do my Rams is I would run wire from the inside of the truck to a switch, and I'd run it out there. Except the fog lights. The fog lights always on the older generation Rams had the feature but didn't have the button inside. You just had to get the button inside or get the harness that goes outside. The newer trucks are all programmed to have this feature. So they don't actually have the harness that you can plug into, or even if you did get the harness, there was no way of actually powering it because it's not part of the sales code. Well, the reason I can't do that with the fog lights is even though I have updated the light switch to have fog lights, I don't necessarily have the means of flashing that outside. I could probably look through the wire harness and find which wire would go directly to it, splice into it out there. I would have to look through it and check. And if I do that, if I decide to do it that way, I won't be putting them in the day. I'll be basically looking through the wire harness diagram to locate the wires that I need for. I don't really need positive, I just need negative. I mean, I don't really need negative, I just need positive. Find out which positive wire would go to the fog light. But the issue with that is that I probably won't have one since it's all computer controlled, because the only thing that would come from the light switch is a momentary push to tell it to come turn on and turn off, not an actual switch. So it won't be a high gauge wire and it won't be always on. So I'm hoping I can get something inside the truck that I can turn on and off that has to go out there. Otherwise, I wish this truck did have the auxiliary switches on it. That way I could do it that way, but can't do that. But what can you do? I will update you guys whenever I decide which one I want to do. I'm wanting to get home now because it's pretty cold for Mississippi. And I want to put you guys down so I can turn my heater on high. Peace.